What's good, people? My name is Kyo. In today's video, I'll be talking about Godzilla x King Kong, the most recent video right now, movie. Today is April 13, 2024. And yeah, I want to share my opinion and give you my review on this movie. Okay, just for the record, I grew up in the 90s. I'm a big fan of Godzilla. I watched a lot of Godzilla movies. Japanese Godzilla movies as well. And so to me, Godzilla movies, reviews, any content related to Godzilla, I consume it. Okay, so just for the record. Oh, also, by the way, if you did not watch the movie yet, I recommend you clicking away. However, if you're like me, even though you did not watch the movie, if it's Godzilla related, you have to consume it, because you need every dose of kaiju possible just to keep your interest going and just to keep your passion going, right? All right, the first thing I want to talk about is the story, is the plot. I felt that the story was a little bit rushed. The reason why I feel that the build-up was not as intense as Godzilla King of the Monsters, or when Godzilla was fighting King Ghidorah, because you could tell there was a build-up for the fight and they had to put things together. Or when Godzilla versus King Kong, you know, there was a build-up to Mecha Godzilla, right? Or a build-up to fighting King Kong, or the different rounds Godzilla had to go through. And this one, it just felt rushed. Let me explain myself. There's a scene that I wanted to see how the humans managed to put this yellow arm gear on King Kong. But the only thing you see or hear about is that, okay, so you have this armor available in Hollow Earth that was a model, almost finished, and you have the humans picking it up, bringing it to King Kong, and the next scene is it's on his arm and it's being set up. You don't even see how they put it on him. It's just like, oh, okay, it's on his arm, it's perfect. You know what I mean? That part, I felt it was a little bit rushed. Maybe it's because I have different expectations now about suits because of the Iron Man movies, the Avengers movies. It's so cool to see Tony Stark put on the suits, but you know, I had expectations. I would have loved to see that, and I would have loved how they find a way to bring this armor to that small area. You know, just one or two scenes of just showing those points. The other thing is, I feel that, again, the story was a little bit rushed in a sense that it didn't take too long for the humans to find the tribe that could communicate, right, with King Kong. I think it was just like, oh, okay, they're not cautious. They're very welcoming already. They understand already what they're trying to communicate in English. It's like, really? It's that convenient, right? So anyway, another thing is about the Star King. I get it. He's a menace. I get it. I just wish we had a little bit more background. I just felt like the whole story was really about King Kong and his tribe. Unfortunately, like, if you expect a lot of explanation, lore about Godzilla, I don't think you will. I think you get a little bit more context on why he behaves in a certain way on the surface. You know, you get data basically on he's really an alpha animal. I don't want to call him an animal, but he's an alpha monster. Let's put it that way. And he defends the territory. He really wants peace, but you don't get a lot of lore of his ancient stories, because I'm a big fan of ancient civilization background story in the Godzilla verse. One of the things I wish we would see or hope to see in the future is really when Godzilla against King Ghidorah, when Godzilla goes into this hideout and there's this entire setup of monuments and buildings underground just for him to recover. I wish there would be more of the explanation and exploration about those drawings. And I know it all exploded when the scientists wanted to boost up Godzilla. It's just, it would have been nice. Okay, so basically this movie is really about, I feel like the main character was King Kong, where you would see him try to get back his tribe, try to win them over, protect them, and release them from the regime of Star King. Okay, so yeah, the build-up. If you're a big fan of fighting, yes, there's some great cutscene. Okay, I went in not because I wanted to see King Kong fight Star King. That'd probably be my third fight. I was looking forward to it. I should make a video of the top 5 fights that I think, if they were to be ranked, in my opinion, the movie. That's for another video. But really, like, I came in to see Shimu take on Godzilla, the ice monster female, and versus Godzilla. And I wanted more of an explanation on why Godzilla turned pink, personally. But it wasn't the whole point of the movie. It would have been nice. I think there were so many videos out there on Godzilla turning pink, and when they gave the explanation is mostly because the energy that he was absorbing was pink. The aurora energy at the surface or north pole of planet Earth was pink, so he turned pink. So you're gonna tell me that, okay, so Godzilla color or transformation is based on what he absorbs? Fair, that's cool. But it would have been nice to have some mystical, legendary lore behind it. You know what I mean? But I get it, right? Because if he absorbs the atomic bomb, then he turns nuclear. So then you have the nuclear form. So then he absorbs the atomic or whatever energy field from planet Earth that is pink. Then he turns pink. Okay, cool. Yeah. So just those points would have been nice to elaborate more on the Godzilla part. But on the King Kong side, I think it's really cool to see his arc, where he goes from this loner on Skull Island to this setting himself up as a strong figure that Godzilla will have to respect as an alpha titan. And I love the fact in this movie you can tell there are different points where they classify those titans. So either you're an alpha, you can be an omega, you can be a destroyer, you can be a stabilizer or something that's peaceful. That's really cool. And I feel that really King Kong is almost full circle. Well, he doesn't have a family yet, but he did get his tribe back. So tribe/family. But now he's about to make real friends than just on Skull Island with that little girl. Okay, so I'm really, really happy about this. I love the fact also that King Kong in this movie really resorts to Godzilla as a partner, not as a friend, but really as a side partner. And I think that's really cool. And to me, the money shot is the one that I'm showing right now on the screen. Okay, it is the money shot in my opinion. Yeah, there are really good other shots, like when they're in Hollow Earth and you see King Kong and Godzilla jump towards Star King and Shimu, and the gravity just pops and they're basically like going up and down in the air and fighting. It's like, well, War of the Monsters basically. But really, I think this is the money shot, especially with Mothra overseeing like the mood swings of Godzilla. I think this is the money shot. So on the King Kong story-wise, it's awesome. On the Godzilla story-wise, it's not that great. The general story, I would give it maybe an 8 out of 10 if you're a fan of the brand Godzilla and King Kong. But realistically, you could probably give it a 7 out of 10. Just me, I have a soft spot for Godzilla product, so big fan of it, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Now, the fights, they're really cool. A lot of movement, bashing, destruction, etc. I think probably you can classify this Rumble monster fight, this almost Royal Rumble fight style, in the top 3. I still think the best fight that we've seen so far in the most recent movies is King Ghidorah versus Godzilla, in my opinion. But this one really takes the cake. However, if you're really into Shimu versus Godzilla, you're not gonna see all that much. I wanted to see a beam clash, and it's not there, unfortunately. But would have been nice, you know, atomic breath versus ice breath, sub-zero breath, if you want to call it that way. I think that would have been really, really cool. We all know that King Kong did not need support to take out Star King. However, story, plot twist, plot armor for Star King at that moment, I guess. But you know, I'm pretty sure you put Star King with King Kong in a battle arena solo, you know, I'm sure King Kong would have just dealt with Star King very easily. So yeah, so the fights, they were good for King Kong. However, for Godzilla, there was not much. You know, I know Godzilla took on 2 Titan and 2 Sea Titans, but you know, the big money fight, which was Shimu versus Godzilla, there was not many great scenes in between those two. I love the fact that Shimu is a peaceful creature, does not want to fight, and most importantly, I love the fact that we get to see really Godzilla in his element. Okay, you can tell Godzilla is an alpha, even though he's fighting something that's a lot bigger and stronger. It don't matter. He's still an alpha. He's still out there taking names. That's what I like about him. You know, it's like when they say you compare an elephant to a lion. Really, the mentality is in a fight is what really determines who's gonna land those blows. And even though the elephant is so big, like Shimu is massive compared to Godzilla, Godzilla's mentality is, you know, I'm the alpha. You better stand down. So that's a cool point, but the money fight wasn't all that elaborated. Not like King Ghidorah, Mega Godzilla, or the Butos, you know, or King Kong versus Godzilla. Like Shimu could have been probably number 2 strongest foe that Godzilla would have taken on. I consider Shimu stronger than King Kong in my opinion. I know there are some King Kong fans, but you know, like Shimu is so solid and her abilities is crazy. Yeah, and I think King Kong would need either armor or something to deal with this frost beam. So yeah, all in all, the fights were great on the King Kong side, but again, on the Godzilla, would have been nice a little bit more. Like I said before, the colors of Godzilla, the energy of Godzilla, I would like a little bit more explanation, but all in all, it's okay. It's okay. So overall, the movie to me is a solid 8, just because I think if you're in it to see King Kong's development on how he treats the other people and how smart he is, you're going to be very, very happy. If you're coming in as a Godzilla fan and you want to see a little bit of Godzilla here and there and just see him take on those other titans and like Tiamat and just setting the tone, you'll be happy. But if you want a deep story on Godzilla and the power boost he has, I don't think you'll be as satisfied if you're a Godzilla hardcore fan. Okay, but really, the best part of it all, in my opinion, is when King Kong and King Godzilla decide to put their difference aside, and Mothra steps in and says, "Chill out, okay? You two are the alphas. Let's go down and take care of business in Hollow Earth." That to me is the best part, when you have two alpha agreeing and getting it done. That's awesome. Okay, so this is my opinion on Godzilla X King Kong. If you agree, or if you have any comments, please share them with me. Give me a like if you want, subscribe if you want. I'll be doing more reviews on movies that I'll be watching, and Godzilla is always going to be on my mind. And I'll make a video about the top 5 fights of this movie that I wish there would be a little bit more. Yeah, anyway, that's my opinion. If you enjoyed this type of video, feel free to subscribe, and take care, everybody. Stay safe. Bye.